family secured, storm's over, first thing to do is what?
The first thing you want to do is to call your insurance company and let them know the extent of the damage. One of the things that insurance companies do is a form of triage, so they're going to go to the worst case first. So if your home has been destroyed, please let them know that, because they're going to send somebody to your house as soon as possible. On the other hand, if you only have a little bit of damage, also let them know that, because it'll help the whole process move a lot more smoothly.
What do you do if a tree falls on a structure?
Well, if the tree hits your house, you call your insurance company and file a claim. You're going to be covered for the damage that that tree does to your house, for anything that's in the house, and for the cost of removing that tree.
Sandy caused an awful lot of wind damage. How does wind damage, that comes under your homeowner policy?
Correct. Wind is covered. I mean, wind is one of those standard disasters that it's covered. It's covered under your home policy, under your renter's policy. So it doesn't matter what kind of wind. It could be a tornado, it could be a nor'easter, it could be a hurricane. You're covered.
The other problem here, water damage. You had 284,000 homes in the path of the storm surge, and some of those were inundated. Is that your homeowner policy, or is that a flood insurance policy?
For flooding, water from the ground up that comes into the house, that you need flood insurance. Most people buy flood insurance from the National Flood Insurance Program. So if you have a flood insurance policy, you're going to be covered for that.
How does the FEMA disaster aid fit in with this then? I mean, will some people who don't have flood insurance be able to be made whole, or at least get some relief from the federal government?
Well, people need to get in touch with FEMA to find out what is available to them. There might be some sort of disaster aid or loans, but that's a question for FEMA, what they're making available. The homeowners insurance very clearly lists disasters that are covered and disasters that are not covered. Wind is covered, fire is covered, falling objects are covered, so trees or other debris that falls on your house. Even something if a car, ran into your house. Those things are all covered. The two big disasters that are not covered, one is flood, the other is earthquake, and you need separate insurance for those disasters.
What can people do now to maybe prepare for the next water event, wind event, just to be safe?
Well, there are a few things that you can do, but we always recommend that everyone sits down with their agent or calls them on the phone at least once a year and asks 3 key questions. You want to make sure you have enough insurance to completely rebuild your home. You want enough to replace all of your personal possessions, and you want enough liability protection to protect your assets. So you want to ask those 3 questions. But in terms of documentation, one of the most important things that you can have is a home inventory. This is a simple list of all your personal possessions and their estimated value. It makes it really easy to file a claim.